In 2147, humanity discovers they are labeled as primitive by a powerful galactic community. Undeterred, they form an unexpected alliance with the mysterious Alani. As humans embark on this interstellar journey, alliances and betrayals shape their destiny. Will you witness a primitive race defy odds and challenge the ethical dilemmas of advanced civilizations? If you want to dive into real stories of parallel realities every day, in enigmatic, technological worlds that are completely different from our planet, subscribe to our channel and leave your like. Well, let's go. The year was 2147. Earth, a small, inconspicuous blue dot nestled within one of the spiral arms of the expansive Milky Way galaxy, was about to take an unprecedented leap into the broader cosmos. Humanity, still basking in the afterglow of recent technological advancements, was oblivious to a looming presence. The Galactic Community, an assemblage of highly evolved species spread across the galaxy, had discovered Earth through their continuous exploration. Earthlings, however, were dismissed nearly instantaneously, categorized as primitive and underdeveloped. This judgment was common practice. The Galactic Community, bound by millennia of shared advancement and interaction, had long outgrown their benevolent patience for civilizations still grappling with internal conflicts and rudimentary technology. Nevertheless, among these advanced civilizations was a species known as the Alani. Unlike their peers, the Alani held a differing perspective characterized by open-mindedness and a unique propensity for empathy. Their ambassador, Alinor, was a significant figurehead within the Alani. Alinor was tall and slender, with luminescent skin that shimmered in shades of silver and pale blue, reminiscent of an ethereal aurora. His eyes, large and deep cobalt, often reflected his contemplative nature. Alinor embodied wisdom and patience, tempered with a hint of curiosity, a fitting representation for a species that cherished the potential of life in all its diverse forms. Alinor had spent decades wandering the cosmos, documenting and preserving the intricate tapestries of cultures and civilizations he encountered. His latest fascination, however, resided on the seemingly insignificant planet of Earth. Where others observed only discord and fragility, Alinor perceived nuances of resilience and ingenuity. Humanity, with all its imperfections, exhibited a unique blend of perseverance, adaptability, and boundless curiosity. Alinor was captivated. He saw untapped potential, a latent determination that the other members of the Galactic Community overlooked. Driven by his convictions, Alinor initiated contact with Earth's leaders with a quiet yet compelling determination. He meticulously planned his approach, selecting a secluded yet momentous location on the outskirts of Earth's atmosphere to commence this historic interaction. Ensuring secrecy was paramount, as Alinor knew the Galactic Community would frown upon any unauthorized diplomacy. Through a carefully constructed holographic projection, Alinor introduced himself to the astonished and skeptical representatives of humanity. The initial encounter was fraught with tension and misunderstanding, as Earth's leaders grappled with the enormity of this revelation. Alinor's calm demeanor and eloquent communication gradually quelled the fear and apprehension, weaving a bridge of trust and mutual curiosity. As discussions progressed, Alinor found an unexpected ally in Dr. Evelyn Ross, a prominent scientist and leading figure in astrolinguistics from Earth. Dr. Ross, a woman in her late 40s, was recognized globally for her pioneering efforts in decoding extraterrestrial signals. She possessed a keen intellect, characterized by intrinsic curiosity and an unwavering dedication to uncovering the mysteries of the universe. Her sharp green eyes, often framed by disheveled auburn hair, sparkled with the fervor of discovery. Dr. Ross's collaboration with Alinor was instrumental. Through countless hours of dialogues and data exchanges, they forged a deeper understanding of each other's worlds. Alinor shared glimpses of the Galactic Community's achievements and values, painting images of civilizations that had thrived through unity and respect for life. Dr. Ross, in turn, presented the diverse tapestry of human culture, emphasizing humanity's capacity for innovation and empathy, traits that Alanor found particularly compelling. Despite their clandestine alliance, Alanor and Dr. Ross faced significant opposition. Within the galactic community, whispers of dissent and suspicion grew, fueled by those who viewed humanity as a potential threat to established order. Concurrently, on Earth, elements within the military and political spheres expressed distrust toward the Alani's intentions, advocating for caution and isolation. Alanor's meetings with Earth's leaders, though initially conducted in utmost secrecy, began to bear fruit. The Alani ambassador's unwavering belief in humanity's potential led to the formulation of a cooperative framework. This nascent alliance was anchored in knowledge exchange and technological augmentation, vital steps aimed at elevating humanity's standing within the galaxy. Alanor provided access to advanced Alani technologies, emphasizing non-military applications, to ensure a peaceful and prosperous integration into the broader cosmic community. One of the crowning achievements of this collaboration was the development of the Quantum Entanglement Communicator, QEC. This device, a feat of Alani engineering, enabled instantaneous communication across vast interstellar distances, eliminating the delay imposed by light speed limitations. Dr. Ross, aided by a team of Earth's finest scientists, adapted this technology to establish a secure and reliable network connecting Earth's major research centers. The QEC became a symbol of the growing rapport between Alani and humanity, marking a pivotal step forward. As humanity started to grasp the vastness and complexity of the galactic community, debates regarding ethics and morality became increasingly prevalent. Earth's thinkers and leaders grappled with profound questions. What responsibilities did humans bear upon entering the interstellar stage? How should they approach the delicate balance of power among species that had coexisted for eons? Alanor's teachings resonated deeply during these debates. He emphasized the significance of collaboration, mutual respect, and the ethical use of advanced technologies. The Alani ambassador's perspective underscored a fundamental truth. The strength of a civilization lay not merely in its technological prowess, but in its capacity to forge bonds that transcended differences. While Earth's integration into the galactic community seemed promising, the undercurrents of suspicion and conflict loomed ominously. The delicate equilibrium of this burgeoning alliance was susceptible to disruption. Skeptics within both the galactic community and Earth's factions stood ready to act, driven by intrinsic insecurities and vested interests. Yet, amidst this uncertainty, an unspoken resolve took root. Unbeknownst to most, Alanor's quiet conviction in humanity's worth and potential had sparked a transformative journey. Humanity's resilience, ingenuity, and unyielding spirit, qualities that Alanor had perceived and nurtured, began to shine through the veil of dismissive judgments. The stage was set for an unprecedented chapter in Earth's history, one that held the promise of monumental change and boundless exploration. The galaxy watched, teetering on the precipice of unknown challenges and opportunities. As humanity's cautious but deliberate steps echoed across the cosmic expanse, the unfolding saga held a captivating allure. The journey, rife with dilemmas and revelations, was only just beginning. Stay until the end to explore how the seemingly insignificant emerges as a force capable of altering the very fabric of the galaxy. This expanded chapter retains an air of mystery and sets up an engaging premise, ensuring the listener remains enthralled and eager for the continuation. In the year 2149, a seemingly routine human exploration convoy patrolled the fringe of the Milky Way, its crew a mix of military personnel, scientists, and civilians. These expeditions were undertaken more often now, driven by humanity's newfound thirst for knowledge and exploration. Assigned the monotonous task of mapping uncharted territories, the convoy's mission looked set to be uneventful until an urgent, desperate signal pierced the silence of space. The distress call emanated from a Xenon cruiser and articulated a dire situation. The Xenons, a species renowned for their wisdom and deep spiritual culture, found themselves in a perilous predicament. Their cruiser, crippled due to a mysterious malfunction while on a goodwill mission, was drifting perilously close to a neutron star, the intense gravitational pull threatening to tear the craft apart. The Xenons were not just any travelers. They were carrying a group of their youth, prodigies and young diplomats, the future leaders and thinkers of their people. The Xenon distress, filled with echoes of panic and helplessness, was intercepted by the leading ship of the human convoy, the S. Intrepid. After decoding the urgent message, Captain Elena Marcos convened her senior officers for an emergency briefing. Captain Marcos, a veteran of Earth's nascent space exploration forces, was a figure of decisive leadership. Her imposing demeanor reflected not only authority but an intrinsic sense of responsibility for those under her command. With sharp eyes and a steely determination, her orders were clear. The humans would attempt a rescue operation, despite the imminent dangers and the glaringly primitive technology at their disposal compared to the advanced Xenon craft. Marcos's first officer, Commander Jacob Lindholm, an engineer with a profound understanding of extraterrestrial technology, was tasked with formulating the rescue strategy. He quickly concluded that an extraction effort using their rudimentary human shuttles was implausible due to the immense gravitational forces at play and the sophisticated damage to the Xenon cruiser. Instead, a more audacious plan took shape in his mind. They would anchor their ships to form a chain, acting as a temporary barrier against the neutron star's pull, allowing the Xenon cruiser to stabilize long enough for a potential evacuation or repair. Lieutenant Sarah Chen, the convoy's chief tactical officer, immediately saw the merits and perils of the plan. She was a young prodigy herself, fiercely protective of her crew and equally passionate about interstellar diplomacy. Her objections to the plan's risks were matter of fact but underscored by concern for every life on board. Despite the reservations, the consensus formed around the necessity of action. Dr. Talia Rousseau, the convoy's lead xenobiologist, emphasized the moral and ethical obligation to assist the Xenons. The philosophical gravity of abandoning a sentient species, especially one bearing their youth, was unacceptable. Her impassioned plea for solidarity with humanity's celestial neighbors resonated deeply with the crew. With hearts steeled and minds aligned, the operation commenced. Human ships orchestrated an intricate dance with celestial forces, their engines groaning under the immense strain. As the human vessels strained to hold their positions, Chief Engineer Lindholm worked tirelessly alongside his team, calibrating and recalibrating the delicate balance needed to keep the Xenon cruiser from being torn asunder. Within the Xenon vessel, chaos reigned. Young Xenon students, some as young as 30 of their years, a mere fraction in human equivalence, clung to their teachers and mentors. For them, these moments were not just a test of their resilience but a fundamental challenge to their understanding of the universe's inherent order. The deep bass hum of their cruiser's failing systems was punctuated by the shouts and calls for calm from their elders. One such youth, Solara, a prominent student and already a budding diplomat, took command of her cohort, infusing them with an improvised sense of calmness. Her presence, characterized by her radiant orange eyes and bioluminescent patterns coursing across her skin, brought a semblance of serenity to the Xenon children. Her leadership under pressure hinted at the potential leaders humanity endeavored to save. As hours turned into a grueling, relentless mission, human and Xenon alike faced the ultimate test of endurance. Under Captain Marcos's stern guidance, shuttles were dispatched in a desperate bid to transfer the Xenon youths and critical personnel back to safety. The Xenon cruiser creaked ominously, stress structures bending under forces it was never designed to withstand. Despite the Herculean efforts, the neutron star's pull grew increasingly ferocious. Every transfer shuttle faced immense danger, the pilots becoming unsung heroes as they braved the unimaginable forces of gravity and radiation. Many among the human convoy now sorely questioned their own and each other's destinies. A gut-wrenching mix of hope and despair permeated the air. During a particularly treacherous shuttle maneuver, pilot Lieutenant Laura Haskell, known for her unmatched skills and unyielding bravery, found herself neck-deep in imminent catastrophe. She fought valiantly to stabilize her shuttle against the neutron storm, her actions a beautiful yet tragic dance of defiance and skill. Her co-pilot, Ensign Amar Patel, tried in vain to repair failing systems amidst sparks and smoke with his characteristic innovation but was eventually overwhelmed by the unforgiving conditions. Ultimately, it wasn't just advanced technology that determined the fate of this mission, it was the undying spirit of those on board. Lieutenant Haskell's final defiant transmission echoed through the convoy's command deck, a heart-wrenching testament to human courage. Her sacrifice underscored the brutal reality of their situation and the immense cost of heroism. As Solara and her cohort docked aboard the Intrepid, the Xenon relief was palpable, an emotional wash that signified a victory amidst devastation. Yet, for every life saved, many humans remained at their posts, fighting against the collapsing operation. Captain Marcos ordered an evacuation in the dwindling moments, realizing that perseverance alone couldn't defy the cosmos' harshness indefinitely. The final shuttles returned, battered and barely functional, carrying souls marked by grief and triumph alike. ENS Amar Patel was among the last to dock, carrying with him the shattered remnants of his shuttle and the weight of sacrifice evident in his eyes. The aftermath aboard the Intrepid and the surviving ships was a scene of quiet yet profound reflection. Those left alive bore scars of resilience and loss. This mission, seemingly doomed from the start, had culminated in an act of transcendent tragedy and heroism. Moved by this unparalleled bravery, the Xenons undertook measures that would alter the galaxy's political and cultural landscape. In a clandestine gesture almost unthinkable within the rigid confines of interstellar ethics, they began to covertly provide humanity with the technological blueprints and knowledge that propelled human capabilities at an astonishing rate. This transgression against accepted norms was fueled by an admiration and gratitude that no quantum mechanics could quantify. Human engineers and scientists found themselves delving into realms of knowledge far beyond their former grasp. By 2172, the clandestine infusion of Xenon technology, alongside humanity's unparalleled drive to evolve, culminated in the unlikely rise of the Republica Humana as a formidable space power. The unforeseen advancement captivated some and sowed seeds of distrust in others across the galaxy. This rapid progression did not go unnoticed, fueling speculation and stirring the cautious curiosity of the galactic community. Nestled amidst the stars, humanity found itself at the threshold of an interstellar reckoning as ominous shadows of impending war began to loom. The Entente Insectoid, an empire driven by a relentless hive mind, commenced their brutal campaign with a ferocity unseen before. Entire planetary systems were subjugated or obliterated. Their devastating march toward galactic dominance sent ripples of panic through the galactic community. The hive mind, with its single-minded purpose and strategic acumen, rendered traditional defense strategies ineffective. As entire species fell to their overwhelming might, hope within the community waned. Despite initial dismissals, an underlying realization began to take root. Humanity's accelerated growth and strategic prowess could not be ignored. The Alani, torn between admiration for humanity's unexpected capabilities and the desperate stakes of their survival, faced the brutal reality that the alliance they scoffed at was now their last, best hope. In the dark expanse, as the Insectoid fleet bore down upon Alani territories, the fraught call for aid echoed. The message reverberated through the void, an urgent plea etched with the gravity of their plight. In these perilous times, the enigmatic and once underestimated Alinor's faith in humanity would be put to its ultimate test. Ships set sails through the void, their sleek, angular forms cutting through the fabric of space-time. The human fleet was a testament to their rapid technological evolution, a convergence of Xenon ingenuity and human adaptability. The strike crafts, bristling with advanced weaponry and innovative defensive systems, glided silently in formation, steeled for the imminent confrontation. On board the flagship of the Republica Humana, the SSV Valencia, Admiral Kovac stood resolute. Tall and imposing, with features carved by years of military command, his piercing eyes scanned the expanse through the expansive viewport. The void seemed deceptively tranquil, a stark contrast to the storm brewing on the horizon. "Prepare for tactical briefing," Kovac ordered with a calm that belied the tension beneath. His voice carried the weight of authority and the burden of imminent conflict. Officers scattered to their stations, perpetuating the disciplined precision for which the human military had become known. In the heart of the flagship, the Strategic Operations Center came alive with holographic displays flickering to life. Swirling constellations and multicolored vectors lit up, representing both ally and adversary positions within the theater of war. As the holograms meshed and pulsed, depicting complex spatial coordinates, the Admiral addressed his assembled command staff. "We face an opponent unlike any other," Kovac began, his voice steady. "The hive mind operates with chilling efficiency. Traditional tactics have crumbled before their assault. Our strength lies in our unpredictability, our capacity for innovative warfare. We will be the chaos within their order." The atmosphere was charged with a blend of anxiety and resolute determination. The command staff, comprised of the best and brightest from various human colonies, each bore an expression of gravitas tempered by a glimmer of hopeful resolve. Among them was Lieutenant Reina Martin, her sharp mind and analytical prowess pivotal to the human strategy. Dark-haired with intense eyes, she was a stark contrast to the cold sterility of the holographic displays. "Our objective, Lieutenant," Kovac nodded toward Martin, "expand on the tactical deployment." "Of course, Admiral," she replied, her tone crisp and assertive. Fingertips gliding over the console, she manipulated the holographics, drawing attention to key tactical points. "Our initial wave will exploit the xenon-rich nebula at coordinates 57.32 to 59.91. Their sensors will be dulled, providing us a veil for asymmetric strikes. We will synchronize with the Alani's defensive grid, bolstering their weaker points. The goal is disruption and disarray within the insectoid ranks." As the operations center hummed with calculations and simulations, a palpable sense of purpose permeated the crew. They were the sentinels, the vanguard of what was to become a defining moment not only for humanity but for the entire galactic paradigm. The updated communique from the Alani confirmed their faltering defenses and imminent need for reinforcement. Their previously crystalline, towering cities were turning into desperate strongholds. Alani architectonics, once symbols of serene elegance, now bristled with makeshift defenses and hastily erected barricades. Their luminescent skies, dimmed by the shadow of war, framed a civilization on the brink. The human fleet surged forward, propelled by interstellar drives perfected by Xenon ingenuity and molded with human innovation. Every heart aboard beat in unison with the purpose that had brought them across the vast expanse, to stand as the bulwark against encroaching oblivion. What ensued was an orchestration of technological brilliance against an enemy of unrelenting might. Human starships deployed, maneuvering with unparalleled agility. Each vessel was a cog in a grand, intricate machine of war, each crew a vital pulse. Coordinated strikes battered the Insectoid armada. Luminous trails of ion beams and kinetic projectiles turned the void into a dazzling ballet of destruction. The relentless assault demanded every ounce of ingenuity and resolve. Fighters zipped through nebulous clouds, launching harrowing raids on monolithic insectoid dreadnoughts. The chaotic melee illuminated burning suns and cascading destruction. Strategists aboard the SSV Valencia furiously recalibrated the tactics with every unfolding moment. Kovach's commands were sharp, incisive, a beacon cutting through the fog of war. Lieutenant Martin's strategic brilliance became the linchpin, threading the needle between human ferocity and tactical finesse. She coordinated with Alani Command, a blend of reciprocal support that forged an unshakable partnership under fire. Amidst the vivid maelstrom of battle, human innovation came to the fore. Deployments of micro-drones in dense swarms created electronic warfare gambits that frayed and fragmented the collective insectoid intelligence. These electronic insurgents burrowed into enemy systems, sowing confusion and disruption within their ranks. Plasmonic fields, projected from human capital ships, distorted space, warping trajectories and destabilizing enemy formations. These unorthodox methods began to tilt the balance, grinding down the hive's cohesion. The heart of the conflict bore witness to staggering losses. Human vessels were rent asunder. Acrid smog and flaring propulsion systems punctuated the void. Yet amidst the destruction, there was an unyielding spark. The tenacity of humanity, the fervor and fortitude that Alinor had seen decades ago, revealed itself in the most harrowing crucible. The Alani territories lay under siege, a relentless wave of insectoid forces hammering down with precision and brutality. The Tresor Nebula, once a beacon of serenity with its swirling azure clouds, now bore witness to a maelstrom of destruction. The Galactic Community, fragmented and unsure, floundered in their attempts to muster a coordinated defense. In this dimly lit corner of the cosmos, the fate of the Alani, and perhaps the entire known galaxy, hung precariously in the balance. The Republica Humana, now a significant military presence in the quadrant, received the Alani distress call with a mixture of urgency and resolute determination. The ensuing mobilization was swift and uncharacteristically efficient, reflecting the advancements and strategic acuity honed through years of clandestine development and covert Xenon aid. Admiral Thorne, a seasoned and revered leader within the human fleet, stood as a testament to the remarkable evolution of human strategic capabilities. Thorne, with his chiseled features and eyes that seemed to pierce through any facade, embodied the courage and resoluteness of the human spirit. The command center aboard the flagship Intrepid buzzed with frenetic energy. Holographic displays illuminated the dimly lit room, showcasing real-time battlefield data and tactical overlays. The fleet's chief strategist, Commander Melia Santos, a figure cloaked in intelligence and calculated calm, executed the final preparations. Her short, cropped hair framed a face set with a stern focus, eyes darting between data streams as she relayed commands with precision. "Admiral, we've plotted a course along the Holler Run. It's risky, but it could position us for a flanking maneuver against the Insectoid main battle group," Melia proposed, her voice steady despite the gravity of the situation. Admiral Thorne nodded, his expression unyielding. "Proceed, Commander. We have but one chance to turn the tide." The Intrepid led the fleet, a formidable array of ships spanning from agile frigates to colossal battle cruisers. As they traversed the warp gates, the ethereal blue hues of hyperspace folded around them, casting an otherworldly glow across the vessel interiors. This moment of eerie calm would soon give way to the violent storm of battle. Emerging from the warp gate near the Tresor Nebula, the human fleet was immediately met with the sight of devastation. Alani defense outposts had been reduced to twisted metal and debris, drifting aimlessly in the void. The insectoid fleet, a grotesque amalgamation of organic and synthetic technology, pressed their assault, their hive mind orchestrating each movement with terrifying synchrony. "Engage on my mark," Thorn commanded, the fleet aligning into formation. With a thunderous roar, the combined human and Alani forces collided with the insectoid armada. Mass driver cannons fired in unison, sending kinetic rounds tearing through the blackness of space. Plasma beams and energy projectiles crisscrossed the battlefield, casting a deadly light show against the vast canvas of the nebula. The insectoids, perverting natural evolution with their biomechanical enhancements, showed no mercy. Their grotesque, multi-limbed vessels emitted piercing screeches across communication channels, an auditory assault meant to disorient and demoralize. However, the human crews, trained under the harshest simulations and seasoned by unexpected adversity, maintained their focus. Deep within the heart of the battle, a clutch of human frigates maneuvered with unprecedented dexterity, outflanking an insectoid destroyer and delivering a coordinated barrage. The destroyer erupted in a blaze of acrid green flames, testament to the deadliness of the human response. Among the pilots was Lieutenant Andrea Cole, whose deft hands danced across the control panels. Cole's steely resolve underscored every maneuver, her fighter slicing through enemy ranks with surgical precision. Even as the human forces made gains, the insectoids displayed their unrelenting ferocity. Boarding pods slammed into the hulls of human cruisers, unleashing wave after wave of nightmarish soldiers within. Captain Richter, a broad-shouldered Marine outfitted in advanced exoskeleton armor, led counter-boarding operations deep within the bowels of the ship Resolute. The corridors became narrow arenas of brutal close-quarters combat, luminal blades clashing and pulse rifles discharging amidst the chaotic melee. Despite the aggression, human ingenuity began to shine through the slaughter. Innovative adaptations, born from the secret Xenon advancements, came into play. Adaptive shielding technology, integrated across the fleet, dynamically absorbed and redirected insectoid energy attacks. Cannons loaded with disruptor rounds specifically designed to counter the bioneural signals of the insectoid hive mind gave the humans a crucial edge. In a desperate yet brilliantly calculated maneuver, Admiral Thorn ordered a forward segment of the fleet to enact the Dawnstorm Protocol. This advanced offensive tactic involved the synchronized release of EMP bursts coupled with pinpoint kinetic bombardments, effectively shattering the cohesive structure of the insectoid formations. Like a symphony orchestrated to the beat of war, the ships moved with fluid precision, executing Thorn's commands with unwavering faith. As the tide of battle began to tilt, the carnage peaked. In one of the central engagements, the Intrepid faced a monstrous insectoid dreadnought. The dreadnought, resembling a colossal insect with vast membranous wings and pulsating orifices, spewed bioplasma in torrents. Shields shimmered and cracked under the relentless assault, but Thorn's resolve was mirrored in his crew. "Focus fire on the central node," Thorn barked, his voice a beacon of resolve. With unyielding focus, the Intrepid's main batteries locked onto the target. The dreadnought's swollen thorax became a blinding inferno as the concentrated barrage hit home. Fragmenting explosively, the insectoid behemoth disintegrated, casting debris across the battlefield. This decisive strike sent shockwaves through the hive mind, causing momentary disarray among the remaining insectoid forces. Sensing the shift, Commander Melia Santos coordinated a final push, rallying ships for an organized sweep to eradicate the now disoriented enemy. Shrieks of the dying insectoids echoed through the void, a stark reminder of the brutal cost of survival. Human losses were staggering. Ships floated adrift, cracked and lifeless, each one a tomb for the brave souls who fought within. The Intrepid's damaged control center was a battlefield unto itself, consoles flickering and sparking as the toll of the battle became evident. In the aftermath, the remnants of the human and Alani fleets coalesced, a patchwork of scorched hulks and bruised but defiant vessels. The debris-strewn expanse spoke volumes of the fierce determination and dogged perseverance that had secured victory. Victory came at a high cost, a convergence of sacrifice and brilliance that culminated in a sweeping triumph over the insectoid menace. The galaxy, with its myriad of interstellar societies, had never witnessed such a compelling display of valor from a species once deemed primitive. Yet, the human spirit, untethered and resolute, demonstrated a capacity for greatness that defied all expectations. The battlefield, a vast theater of destruction and chaos, bore silent witness to humanity's ascension. Debris from insectoid ships drifted through the void, a stark reminder of the intense struggle. Among the wreckage, human vessels, though battered and scarred, stood sentinel, a testament to their relentless determination. The Alani worlds, once teetering on the brink of annihilation, now gazed upon their saviors with newfound respect and gratitude. Amidst the backdrop of the star-studded expanse, the remnants of the human fleet convened for a solemn moment of remembrance and reflection. The command ship, Valor, emitted a subdued hum, its corridors filled with the echoes of quiet conversations and the muffled sounds of medical teams tending to the wounded. In the ship's central chamber, a holographic projection displayed the faces of those who had given their lives in the conflict, a roll call of heroes who had paid the ultimate price. General Marcus Halden, a figure of unyielding strength and vision, addressed the assembled personnel. His voice, though tinged with the weight of loss, carried a tone of resolute hope. Today, we stand not only as victors but as united kin across the cosmos, he declared. Our triumph is not one of mere technology or strategy, but of unwavering spirit and the bonds we forged in the crucible of battle. We honor our fallen, and through their sacrifice, we have carved a new destiny for humanity and our allies. The words resonated deeply within the hearts of those present, a collective acknowledgement of the transformative journey they had undertaken. The Alani ambassador, Alinor, stood alongside Halden, a symbol of the alliance that had transcended ancient prejudices. His eyes, filled with a mixture of sorrow and admiration, swept across the room. The Alani owe their survival to the courage and sacrifice of humanity, Alinor proclaimed. We misjudged your potential, but today, we see you not as primitives, but as partners of profound value. From this day forth, our destinies are entwined, our futures brighter together. The assembly dispersed, leaving behind an aura of unity and purpose. As the human fleet began the journey back to Earth, the tangible sense of accomplishment was accompanied by an undercurrent of introspection. The cost of victory had been steep, and the path ahead, though illuminated by newfound alliances, remained fraught with uncertainties. On the bridge of the Valor, Captain Alara Voss, a seasoned and revered tactician, contemplated the horizon. The stars outside the viewport shimmered softly, beacons of untapped potential and looming challenges. Her hands, calloused from countless battles, rested lightly on the console as she communed with her thoughts. The ship's AI system chimed softly, bringing her out of reverie. Captain Voss, incoming message from Command Central. Priority 1. Alara activated the holographic interface, and the visage of Fleet Admiral Tarek Alamis flickered to life. His expression, though professional, held an edge of urgency. Alara, he began, the Council has convened. We face remnants of the insectoid forces regrouping at the fringes of known space. Preliminary intel suggests they may not be the only threat. The galaxy's stability is precarious, and we must be vigilant. Alara nodded, acknowledging the gravity of the situation. Understood, Admiral. We'll be ready. The message terminated, leaving Alara to ponder the fate of their newly formed alliance. Humanity had emerged from the shadows, their potential unveiled in the crucible of war, but the road ahead promised no respite. The galaxy, vast and mysterious, held secrets yet uncovered and dangers yet confronted. As the fleet sailed toward the Sol system, human and allied vessels alike maintained a cohesive formation. The camaraderie forged in the fires of combat endured, a beacon of hope amidst the cold expanse. During this interstellar voyage, the crews engaged in both recuperation and preparation, understanding that while a significant chapter had closed, the saga was far from over. In the cavernous heart of the engineering decks, technicians and scientists collaborated feverishly to analyze captured insectoid technology. Every discovery, every nuance gleaned, held the potential to bolster their defenses and strengthen their position within the galactic community. Dr. Lydia Tanaka, a leading expert in xenotechnology, spearheaded these efforts. Her keen insights and relentless curiosity drove her to dissect and repurpose alien tech with unprecedented efficiency. Elsewhere, in the ship's observation dome, a contingent of diplomats, including the Alani and other alien species, engaged in strategic dialogues. These discussions, rich with cultural exchanges and mutual respect, laid the groundwork for enduring partnerships. Ambassador Alinor, ever the adept orator, navigated the complexities of interspecies diplomacy with finesse and conviction. As the journey continued, subtle hues of trepidation mingled with optimism. The cosmos, indifferent and vast, concealed as many threats as it offered opportunities. The alliances forged in the cauldron of strife would be tested by future challenges, each one a crucible in its own right. Upon arrival in the Sol system, the human fleet was met with a hero's welcome. Earth, shining like a blue gem amidst the void, had been forever altered by the events of the past months. The celebration was a broad canvas, a tapestry of joy, remembrance, and a pledge for unity across all sentient life. Participants in the war effort, both human and alien, gathered on Earth for a grand symposium. The setting, a vast amphitheater constructed from cutting-edge materials, resonated with the collective anticipation of a brighter future. Here, the blueprints for interstellar cooperation were laid out, agreements that transcended mere treaties, embodying a shared vision for peace and exploration. General Halden, standing at the podium, articulated the enduring essence of their shared triumph. In battling the insectoid menace, we discovered not only our strengths but also the resilience imbued in the fabric of our alliances. This victory is not an end, but a beginning, a testament to what can be achieved when disparate voices join in harmony, striving toward a common goal. As the symposium progressed, ideas flowed seamlessly, bridging cultural divides and fostering mutual understanding. Technologies were shared, scientific advancements exchanged, and the arts, reflecting the soul of each civilization, blended into a universal expression of unity. However, even in the face of such lofty aspirations, a sense of vigilance permeated the proceedings. The insectoids, though defeated, were only one of many potential threats lurking in the cosmos. If you liked this story based on real events, subscribe to our channel and don't forget to like it. Here you can dive into a different reality every day, where anything can happen. Comment below what kind of story you would like to hear here. Thank you very much for your attention. We are the Sci-Fi family.